Yeah, I
just
saw
you
that.
know, yeah, because I was like, well, at least I could do that much. It's not a problem. So
Right, so we're
anyway,
all live and we are recording, and we finally are getting somewhere.
exactly. Yes. So do you prefer to go by Jeff? Is that what you prefer, or Joseph?
Joseph, actually, because I just use I have like 20 email addresses. That's just one from an old one. You see, I have two names. In South Africa, I go by Jeff. My whole life
Mm-hmm.
I was Jeff. But when I came to Israel, I just changed it to my Hebrew version of Jeff, which is Joseph. So it's basically
Yes.
the same name, but you can call me whatever you feel comfortable with, but Joseph is fine. Joe, anything like that.
Okay. Sure. Well, I mean, I don't know if you want to go ahead and kick it off and ask me the questions, or however you want to do it. It's totally fine with me.
No problem. I've
Um,
got the questions up on
yeah.
my other computer here. I don't know
Yeah.
if you've got your questions up there somewhere.
It's in my other little slide, and I kind of have to toggle back and forth. So, but
No, I
yeah.
can just give you questions and you can ask me because I've got it set up here already on the interview
Hmm.
hub. All right, so let
Sure.
me do next question. What do you want to talk about? Affiliate marketing, getting started, business opportunity, OLSP, mindset.
Uh, I think we could talk about OLSP. I think that would be good.
So OLSP. Okay, so the first question is how has OLSP impacted your income or your business growth till now,
Mhm.
basically?
So I have been with OLSP now. I thought it had already been 3 years, but close enough. It's like 2.5, getting on for next year. And prior to coming into the program, I there was a couple other things I did try before the person that brought me to OLSP, had reached out to me. And I'm not going to talk bad about those programs. I won't mention the names or anything because I'm sure they're more than fine. But the thing that I was most impressed with, as far as OLSP is concerned, is the fact that Wayne is present. He's hands on. He's a real person that you can see, and he genuinely cares about the people that are coming into his system. And that right there for me is a really, really big one, because I did happen to notice when I was briefly in the other programs I had signed up for, um, there was support, but not like there is here. And the community is really nice. So I have been able to earn some income with OLSP. The reason that I'm not any further along yet is because my regular real life has gotten in the way a little bit. Last year, the majority of last year at my regular 9 to 5 job, I was pulling pretty much all of last year and into the beginning of 2025. I was pulling 70, 80-hour work weeks. I was working 6 days a week. So it literally left me
Wow.
no time to do anything. And I'm actually we're actually kind of in the throes of overtime again, but not as bad. But I'm still dedicated and I'm committed to this. Has to be it for me now, because there's other external things going on in the background in my life that um, I need to, I need this to be what I'm focusing on ultimately at the end of the day. So it has impacted my life positively. I'm grateful to be here. I'm thankful to be here. I've met a lot of really amazing people. That's another thing too. Being able to connect with like-minded people, and they're all over the world. That's so cool.
Yeah, it is.
Because you start to realize how small the world really truly is. Like it's it's big. There's a lot of people, but when you start connecting and you start connecting with the right people that are in the same thing, you start to realize it's like, oh, the bubble's a little bit smaller. So it's been positive. I'm thankful. I really am. So
Wow. Yeah, it's kind of sad that the bosses that we tend to work for, they're more interested in you working as many hours as they can get out of you for like minimal wage, and they earning the big bucks. It's kind
Exactly.
of it's really sad. That's how the world sadly works.
Yeah.
You know.
And I, and it's crazy because like my personal post that I posted last night, that was very hard for me to do, but at the same time, I was like, I think I'm ready to do it because I know there's a lot of people out there that, they can relate to things in some form or fashion. And 2020 is really what did it for me because the job that I had, and granted, the position I was in at the time, I'm still working for that very same company. It will actually be 10 years next year.
What do you
But
actually do? What is your job?
I actually work for a very large, well-known worldwide company. I work for Disney.
Oh wow.
So, yeah,
Where's
I
where's your
work.
where's your Mickey Mouse ears?
I know. I should have come on the live. I should have had some ears on. I have so many. It's insane.
Yes.
Um,
No wonder you're so busy.
Yeah, specifically what I do is I work on the cruise line side. So
Okay.
if
Wow.
anyone is familiar with Disney and keep up with Disney news, people may have heard that we have a lot of new ships that have been added to our fleet, and we have more coming.
I didn't
So,
even know Disney does ships and sailing and things like that. Actually, I just know Disney in the movies and
yeah.
Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse, and seen a few movies, but didn't know about the shipping side actually.
Yeah, they've Disney Cruise Line was established in '98 or '99. So our two oldest ships, our two baby ships, literally, I say they're baby ships because they are small. They're the smaller ones out of all of the rest of them that we have. They only hold a little over 2,000 people. The rest of our ships they hold over 4,000 people.
Sure.
So they're very, very huge. And the ships that are being rolled out now, the new ones, they're the Triton class. So that is specifically what I do actually, because the way it works now is you do your check-in online. So you have to submit all your documentation to sail. That's what I do all day. I review passports and visas and ESTAs and birth certificates and driver's license and certificate of naturalization, certificate of citizenship, all that stuff, military ID. So, to reach out to a guest to let them know, hey, you're going to need this, or this, or whatever.
Do
But
you
that's what I do.
do you at least enjoy it, even though it's a lot of hours?
I do, and I'm very fortunate because I do get to work from home. I'm grateful, but at the same time, like you were just saying a few minutes ago, at the end of the day, as much as I'm grateful to have a regular job and regular employment, um, like you said, at the end of the day, I'm just a little worker bee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it it's it's sad to say, but they could fire all of us tomorrow and not think twice about it because it's business. And I have always been, growing up. Unfortunately, I don't know if I want to say it's unfortunate, but I don't know. However, anybody wants to look at it, but I didn't grow up in a wealthy situation or a wealthy family. Like everything that my parents worked for, they worked for it, and same for me. And I have the responsibility of three children. I'm a single parent, and I just in 2020 when everything happened, that's when I started searching because I was like, there has to be more to life than this. There has to be more to just living paycheck to paycheck. The money's already gone before you've even gotten the check, and there has to be more to life than struggling constantly. And so,
Are all of your kids still with you at home, or a lot of them or they moved out already?
no, they're still here. My oldest is 20. My son is 18. He's my only boy, so I got two girls and a boy, and he's right in the middle of his sisters. And then my youngest one, my baby, she's 14. And it's in the world we live in right now with the economy the way it is. It's a very, anybody knows this. It's very tedious. It's very difficult to survive. And, you know, maybe how many years ago it would have been fine, you know, for somebody 18 to 20 years old to kind of get out on their own and get started. And now you're like, okay, you know, it's a very difficult thing to do. So
Oh.
I ultimately, at the end of the day, my goal is I want to be doing this full time, and I want to be my own boss, and I want to be creating something that I can pass down, you know, financial stability for my family. But, you know, along the way, the goal here is to obviously help other people as well. Because, I mean, if the rest of us can do it, there's no reason that other people can't do it. It's totally possible. So,
Do you think you'll be able to put your foot down at work and do less work there and kind of devote more time to OLSP and the learning and the teaching and the promoting?
yes, irregardless of whatever is going on with that, this is the ultimate goal for me. And, you know, I want to be able to do that. So, I mean, at the end of the day, yes, my job is my job. I do my job and I sign off for the day, but I'm not going to allow that to interfere with what I'm trying to do here, because, you know, if this is the goal, then it has to be, you know, that this is going to be the important part. And, you know,
Because I know from experience that a mother's job is hectic as well. Even when you come home, you know, it's like you finish
yeah,
one job and you come to your next job. You know, you got to cook, you do washing and cleaning. You got to, maybe the kids still got homework. There's like tons of stuff that keeps you busy as well. You know,
yes,
so it's
yes. I mean, you know, thankfully my kids are pretty self-sufficient, but, you know, obviously my youngest one, she still needs me for a few things. She's only 14. I mean, again, yeah, she's pretty self-sufficient, but, you know, and even my kids, even, you know, my 20-year-old and my 18-year-old, I mean, they're, just because they're self-sufficient doesn't mean that they still don't need guidance, and they, you know, don't still need help with stuff, because they do.
kids help the youngest one, or you have to.
Yes, no, they do. That
Okay.
I've been very fortunate in the fact that my kids have always been very in tune with each other that way. But I also think a lot of it has come from the fact that it's been me, you know. And it's like, okay, like we're all we've got, you know, because unfortunately I don't have any kind of extended family or anything like that, unfortunately.
Oh,
So, you know, it's one of those things. I'm like, you know, there's compromise to be made, and there's things that have to get done, and we all have to be willing to do our part at the end of the day.
but
So,
but ultimately that shows that you're a really good mother, that the kids are kind of involved in each other's lives and looking after each other, you know, because that's been taught to them from you and shown to them from you. It's not something that kids automatically get by themselves. So
true. Yeah. And the thing is, my, you know, my two older kids, you know, it's so weird to me when I say that, because I still look at them, and I think any parent can probably relate to this. I still look at them and see my babies, you know, but they're not. They're young adults, and the fact that they, you know, they're driving. Like, my son, it's just so weird to me to be in the passenger seat when he's driving, because I'm like, wait a minute. What happened to the day, you know, because I used to be the one that did all the driving all the time, taking them here, taking them there, you know. So in a way that's a plus, but at the same time it is difficult, because it's just like, the more there is, obviously, because they have to grow as their own individual person, the more I have to, you know, let go. But I'm proud of them either way. You know, I'm grateful. So, and I'm blessed. That's not an understatement. Like, it's, you
well,
know, yeah.
well done. Yeah, it's not easy actually. I grew
No.
up so spoiled. It's kind of scary actually. I grew up. I had three maids looking after me all the time. I grew up in
Wow.
South Africa, so
Yeah.
it's kind of a different environment. We never lacked for nothing. We weren't rich, but we weren't poor. We always had everything.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, so it's a very different kind of a life. It's funny how you
Yeah.
don't even think about it, until you meet people from all over the world, and you know, and even the driving in South Africa. I taught my daughter or my wife or my ex-wife to drive. I think in
Mm.
America you have to have professional teachers.
Well, see, kind of yes and kind of no, in the sense that it's interesting to me because um, there's a couple schools within the area where I live that do offer, like the high schools, they do offer actual driving instruction, you know. But the school that my kids are with in particular, it was all like the actual, like the written test part of it was all done online, and they had to pass that. And then we had to take that into the DMV and present that to them for them to get, to get their permit essentially. And then I had to be the one to log their hours and be with them and teach them. So the way we did it to start out, because obviously, um, I'm like, we're not starting out on the road. That's not happening. That's coming later. We have this mall here in my area that, unfortunately, most malls are kind of pretty much defunct. They're not, it's becoming less and less of a thing. And it's so crazy to me because it's one of the local malls. It's been here forever and a day. And I used to visit that mall all the time when I was a kid. And there's nothing there. It's completely dead mall. I was like, we can start in the parking lot, the big old parking lot. You can go all the way around. So that's basically how we started. I basically taught my kids how to drive. And, once they logged their appropriate hours and they did all the stuff they needed to do, then we had to take that back into the DMV. And then their learner's permit became a driver's license after they did their driver's test with that instructor and they passed. It's crazy. It's because when I was growing up, that was very prevalent in schools where they actually had driving instructors. And now it's down to most schools don't teach driver's ed anymore.
Well,
I don't know if it's like that for other states or what, but, and I'm here in Florida. So, yeah, it's weird. It's so interesting how just in a short period of time, things have evolved and changed like they have. Because I can think back to when I was a kid in school versus, some of the things that my kids have done. And it's like, wait a minute, I didn't do that. What? What's going on? So yeah, it's interesting.
well, all right. So
Yeah.
I think we should carry on with the questions, if that's
Sure.
okay with you.
Yeah, sure.
The question that I've got here, that is basically that you ask me, so I'll ask it to myself, but you'll just hear, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
Um, the question is for getting started. What was the moment you decided to start your own business? Okay. Um, okay. Well, that's just pretty much of a tough question, I suppose. I suppose it's just because, seeing the situation in the world and working for a boss, and you know, especially with my age and that, trying to make a minimal living. So I've been trying to make an online living for years already, and
Hmm.
I've succeeded a little bit here and there, but not in huge amounts.
Hmm.
Over the time, I've made about $1,000, 500 in OLSP, and 500 with ClickBank. But
Okay.
ClickBank was terrible. They cancelled my account when I didn't earn enough with them. They don't even.
Yeah.
They only want the big owners there, so that was
Yeah.
terrible. And I think the yeah, just have to work for it. But the problem is with me, I'm not very focused. I easily get distracted, very easily, So,
Hmm.
like even now, I've got 2, 3 screens here in front of me and phones, and
Yeah.
so my mind is going to that one, and I'm busy watching news and
Yeah.
trying to focus. It becomes really difficult for me to focus on one thing, and
Yeah.
I think yeah. So basically, I needed to get my business going online to
Hmm.
kind of help my income, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I think especially too because like I know that Wayne did a live today about the different things that are coming as far as like AI software and stuff. And at the end of the day, I wholeheartedly agree that you know we're moving forward. I mean, we've been in this trajectory anyway, but online stuff is ultimately, in my opinion, is going to be it's going to have to be the way to go. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody can be a doctor or a lawyer or a surgeon or things of that nature. And I honestly feel like I know I think you have a side of the internet that feels like social media is the worst thing ever, and it can be, but then stop and think about all of the opportunities that are there. I mean, it really is endless. I mean, because when you're a content creator, I mean, you can get monetized on all the platforms. You can become an affiliate and have affiliate links for other things, products, whatever. So yeah, I mean, as far as the whole online thing goes, I'm with you on that. I think that's it's and I agree that like I would never want AI to replace me in terms of how I present to people, but to supplement and help like speed up the process as far as you know simplifying tasks. I think it's great, and
Yeah.
I was able to come in to the live a little bit today, and I was like, dang, this is wow, you know.
No, I missed the live today. I had to decide between the. I decided to go to the 30. What is it called? My mind gets lost
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah,
I have to look
yeah,
all the time what we're talking about. My mind gets so okay. The 30-day challenge. So I decided to do
yeah,
the 30-day challenge, but then after that I had to leave and go and do things. So I missed that one.
yeah.
Um, yeah, because here it's the one. Here it's 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the afternoon till like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So
Wow. So how long have you lived in Israel? Because I just think that's so neat to meet people from other parts of the world. I just think
yeah.
that's so cool.
Well, altogether now it's more than 30 years.
Wow. Oh man.
Yeah.
I have so many places that are on my bucket list that I would love to visit. I have so many different places and
It's a
wow.
fascinating place. The Israelis are brilliant, but we've got such a bad world view these days. Most of the world hates us,
Hmm.
which is quite sad, but
Yeah.
people are easily fed
Yeah.
the wrong news. Sure.
Yeah. I try to stay away from the news because I just get so tired and so saddened by, I've never understood, and not to get political or anything, but I've never understood the division. You know what I mean? I don't, I'm not for that. I don't get it. Because I feel like there's room enough for everybody, you know? I really do. I just wish that most of the world felt the same. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I think people would find if they would, be more open or open minded or both. There's a lot more that you can connect with people on rather than thinking, that you can't or it's not possible. It's possible. Like we can all share our ideas, we can all share our things, and I think that could be a good thing, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's very difficult. Look, I don't know what you believe and all that, but I mean, I believe in God, and God says in the end times there's going to be wars and rumors of wars, and we're living in those times. There's wars and plenty wars these days, actually. So
Absolutely. Yeah,
we have to just believe He knows what He's doing. But
exactly.
that's a whole story by itself,
Yeah,
religion and
yeah,
politics.
yeah.
Anyway, are you ready for your next question?
Sure. Yeah.
Let me see, where did I put the page now? I've got like 40 pages. I lost it.
I know mine is so bad. I have so many tabs open on the top of my browser. It's like, oh my gosh. So
I actually lost it completely. Can't find it. Where was that page? Oh my goodness. Let me see, maybe I've closed it by mistake. History. That's weird. I lost it. I can't find it. Now let me open the link again. Okay, I found it. It's funny, it actually says OLSP. That's why I couldn't find it, because I wasn't expecting OLSP. Okay,
gotcha.
next question. Well, let's do a surprise me random category.
Okay.
Okay. What opportunity are you most excited about right now, and why?
Oh, wow. What opportunity am I most excited about, and why? So since we are in the 30-day challenge, which I have not done yet, I have not done one of these yet. So it's my first one. So I think the opportunity I'm most excited for is, one, to really put my all into this and get it done. And I think probably at the end, I not only surprise myself, because I feel like there's a lot more skills and things I'm going to gain, which are going to be beneficial, that I need. So I am looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to learning more and, repetition, right? Because the more you do something, the easier it gets, and it just becomes, simple. It's like going to your job every day. Like when you first got the job, you didn't know how to do it. You had to be taught, but you go back every day and boom. So the same with this. So I'm really looking forward to the opportunity I have ahead of me, whatever that may be, to really dig in and just go and just run with it. Because like I said, last year that kind of got derailed with my schedule and everything. So, and just being here, just being a part of it, and the connections that are being made are a huge thing. So.
Wow. Did you ever get stuck with the shiny object syndrome?
Okay, so I can say, thankfully, no. Because the way that my mind has always worked, especially when I initially had first started like Googling and looking at stuff, and it's interesting because you just brought up ClickBank. I did see that. But see, the thing with ClickBank, like you said, you've really got to know what you're doing, and you've already got to have the skill. You know what I mean? You've already got to have the oomph behind you in order to really make that work. And my whole thing is, I always want to make sure whatever I'm looking at is as legit as it can possibly be, because there are so many things out there, and I know Wayne talks about that all the time, with people looking at shiny objects, because and to me, it I never believed this, but to me, even before coming into OLSP, it always screamed, holy cow, what are these people doing when I would see people post stuff online, hey, I joined blah blah blah, and I earned like $500,000 or whatever. And you're like, how? No, that's not even possible.
Yeah.
Or the people that want to flash, you know, a big house and cars, and honestly, like, I could care less about all that. I don't care. That's not my goal here. Yes, we're here to earn, yes, but we're also here to help people. And at the end of the day, whatever God sees fit to bless me with financially, I don't want it for means to have 50 million sports cars and, you know, mansions. That's not what I want.
Yeah.
That is not my goal. I want to be able to help people. Literally, like, I would love nothing more than, you know, if I find out there's a family that is struggling and, you know, they can't pay their bills or they're behind on their mortgage, you know, well, let me pay your house off for you. Let me do that. Like, because, you know, yes, affiliate marketing is accessible to anybody, but not everybody is going to want to develop the skill to learn how to do it. Or maybe they just really don't want to do anything like that, you know, and that's okay too. Like, there's nothing wrong with being the person that you are, staying where you are if you're happy with it. But that doesn't mean people don't struggle. That doesn't mean they don't, you know, have hard times.
Mhm.
So it's the goal at the end of the day is not for, oh, how much stuff can I get, you know? No, because that stuff's not going to do me any good. It's not going to, you know, you can have stuff all day long and it doesn't matter. Because if you're not going to be able to bring value to somebody, be it business related or emotionally support them or mentally help them with something, then it's for what? It's for naught, you know? So yeah, I have my goals. I know what I want to do. And thankfully I've never gotten sucked into the whole, you know, shiny object thing, because, I was just like, no, you get that little nudge. You're like, no, this doesn't look right, you know? So thankfully, that's not my issue. Like I said, my issue has just been real life, honestly, just kind of, you know, derailing me a little bit, which it happens to all of us. But the important thing is you get back on the train. So here we are.
Well,
Ready to go.
yeah. Well, for me, the shiny object thing it's more like a quick or a shortcut to succeeding. It's,
Mm,
you know, you find this thing and think, this is the answer, you know, buy me and it will make the whole process easier or simpler, you know. So you
right.
go and buy this thing and it sounds nice, but it actually doesn't do what it says. And then you try something else, the same, because they all sound so good. You know, they make their sales pitch so good, but in the end, it's just a sales pitch. There's
Right.
no
Yeah,
the whole thing is actually empty. It's nothing there. There's no
exactly.
value, no support, no nothing. You know, that's what is the good thing with OLSP. The support is brilliant. You know,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
Wayne is hands on. He's there. You know,
Hmm.
he teaches a lot of the stuff himself and answers a lot
Yes.
of the things himself.
Yes. And that's like I said, you know, at the beginning of the call here, that is just, that is when he is the epitome of what the picture of leadership looks like. Wayne, just, you know, want to put that out there. I gotta let you know. He is the epitome of that.
Yeah,
And that is the same mindset that I've always had, because I don't care anything in my life I've ever done. Um, if there was any way possible that I could help somebody with something, whether it was, hey, do you need me to dog sit for you? Or do you need me to, like when my kids were smaller, I used to help other parents, you know, we carpool, you know, like I'll swing, like, yeah, I'll pick the kids up, drop them off at school, you know, whatever kind of help you can give somebody. You just never know what that person is really, really going through. And it could be a simple smile at the end of the day, just a smile and a hello that could completely make a person's day and take their day from being, tough or whatever to, hey, somebody saw me, like I exist, I matter, kind of thing. And he does that. He
So
does that.
strange, yeah. It's so strange to think about what you're saying, because I think it's got to do with a mother, you being a mother, and having your kids and looking after and things like that. Because my worldly view is so different to yours. It's like I don't see things like that almost at all. I think it's different. I think that's where you get it from, being a mother and caring and looking after. As a man, you're way more independent and way more, even, I don't know if aggressive is the word, but stubborn maybe.
Independent and ready to, and I get that, like, and because at the end of the day, when it comes to being a parent, like, moms have a certain role, dads have a certain role, regardless of what people think about that. That's a whole other can of worms of a subject I won't open, but because dads are the ones that they're usually, they're working, they're the go-getters, they're, teaching their sons how to be, for lack of a better word, tough, not insensitive, but tough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for the moms to teach nurturing and caring, and I've had to play the role of both people, for my kids, which is not, I promise you, not easy, because like there's a lot of things I can't relate to my son on. He can't kind of relate to me on, but he's just, he's a good kid. I mean, he's trying to find his own way and figure out who he is. And, as a mom, especially with my girls, same thing for them. I've got to let them, I can steer them, I can guide them, but I've got to let them, I got to let them go upstream, So yeah, it's interesting.
For me, I've got to learn to want to help people. Actually, it's not a natural thing of mine. It's not like I go around looking to see, sometimes, maybe with animals more, like with.
Same. I'm an animal lover too. They find us all the time. Literally, we had two more. We had a puppy and a kitten that showed up at our door a few months ago, and I'm always rescuing somebody. And as a matter of fact, the kitten, my daughter and my mom were driving home, and they found this little kitten in the middle of the road. She thought it was a sock because she's all black. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I've had animals my whole life. One of my first jobs, I worked at the Humane Society. That was hard. That was really hard because I tried to save everybody, and that's not possible.
Yeah.
So I do. I love animals. I do. I want to have a farm one day. Like, so call my list of things. I want a farm because I want to be able to give me all the animals. Like I want to be that person that, give me the ones that have disabilities, and give me the ones that are the oldest ones in the shelter. Just give them to me. I'll take them, because I believe that animals deserve respect. They deserve to be treated with care and love, and I get so much more back. And I couldn't imagine my life.
Agreeing with you.
Yeah, she is. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. She's barking away in there. She heard a noise, and she's just. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You'll have to make a lot of money first, so that you can hire a lot of farm hands to help, because a farm is a lot of work.
It is. But I feel it would be extremely rewarding. I would love nothing more than to do that. So if I have my list of things, like that's on the top of my list right there, is to do that, to help animals and, help other people. So, yeah.
All right. Well, we've been on for 40 minutes now. I have to still download this and upload it to YouTube and then put it back to the group.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah,
anyway, it was very nice meeting you and chatting with you.
Yes, absolutely, and thank you. I'm so glad we finally got to connect.
Yeah.
I really talking to you.
Perseverance.
Yes.
Cool.
Sorry.
The only thing I was thinking about for you was, I don't know if you've got time off for your work, if you can take a week or maybe even 2 weeks off, if you've got time accrued. Maybe you can take off some time, to.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you that right now, because oh my gosh, I'm sorry, they're both going. We have 2 dogs with the puppy that but I'll make it quick. I'll see what I can do, but I know with Christmas coming right now and all the cruises, like all the for Christmas time, the cruise is like booked solid, and I've lost count how many ships. I think we're at 8 now. I'm 8 total. Like that's how much records we have that we have to. It's a lot. So
well, anyway, I just wanted to throw that idea out there. Anyway.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for your time, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
Yes.
I'll better get to bed soon. Yeah, it's already 1:15 in the morning.
Yes, get some rest. So thank you. I enjoyed speaking to you, and I hope we can do it again. So thank you so much.
Amen. God bless you.
Right.
Thank you, Rose.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hey.